sex until they are sure they're seeing consistency and commitment from men?
Yeah, I think this sort of...
Rip.
I knocked down this beautiful thing.
Yeah. You're not supposed to let them know you speak English.
You just
Español. Yeah. Donde está la biblioteca?
But those were all the words he knew.
That's all he knew. That's all he knew.
That's all he knew.
Austin, can you open the door? Okay.
Yeah, I think it kind of goes back to...
Has that always been your standard, by the way? You've never had a one-night stand or a...
I mean, I have in college. I was definitely a very different person in college, and I think all these self-help tools is what I personally needed to get out of like dark places. I really didn't know myself, and I was really struggling in a lot of aspects.
Would you say you had to find yourself?
I did have to find myself, Andrew. I would say that. It was a journey.
Did you find yourself on your journey?
I think so. Obviously still discovering along the way.
Oh, discovering.
So you're still on your journey of self-discovery then.
I think it's a lifelong journey, Andrew.
Lifelong journey of self-discovery. Okay.
But yeah, no, I think like because I've learned from my past relationships, I mean, my first...
James the Bull donated $200.
Thank you, James.
Nice to see you doing well, Alexandra. Thank you for amazing food you prepared for us on Oksana's love tour in Orlando. You are an absolute delight. Men are in need of traditional quality women like you.
James, thank you very much. Appreciate the TTS. Thank you.
Well, I mean, but how amazing was this food?
She puts lots of love in the things that she does, and she's a professional chef, and she's like whatever she touches just turns into.
Yeah. Can you just tilt your mic down a little bit? So so really quick going back. So you're a proponent of women waiting to have sex until they are sure they're seeing consistency and commitment from men. Who here at the table agrees? Do you agree that women should wait to have sex until they are sure they're seeing consistency and commitment from men? Or at least waiting some portion of time before just having sex?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Guys, into the mics, please.
Yes. I think so.
What was the question?
That was a nope for me.
No for you. I recall that in your notes. Over here, you guys?
No.
So no waiting?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Correct.
And then those of you who said, yeah, I should wait, just show of hands, have you been with a guy that you didn't wait for?
I'm sorry, what the question?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to repeat myself. You just have to kind of listen, and I'm sorry, but...
Yeah, the guy that I was with for 6 years, I think it was maybe after like a month or so. It was still waiting, but not like an extended period. And obviously it worked out until I left. Yeah.
Okay, let me simplify the question here. Those of you who said, yes, it's good to wait, have you ever not waited?
Well, I mean, how long is waiting? I don't know.
One night stand.
A month, yeah.
How long do you think you should wait?
I would say at least like a month, personally. I think anything longer than
Which
that
happens to correspond with the exact amount of time that you happened to wait in the shortest period, right?
That's why I did.
Right. Okay.
I'm like, ladies, take notes.
Isn't that interesting that it just happens to correspond with the shortest period of time?
She manifested. I was about to say.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, on your journey.
A short journey, but a journey nonetheless.
Yeah, on your journey of self-discovery.
Exactly.
What about you? What's the shortest amount of time that you should wait?
I usually... everybody I ended up doing it with was like 6 months or over.
Okay.
I've never had a one-night stand.
You're a fucking liar!
You think I'm a liar?
I was going to just call you out on that because you just said the guy you were with
waited.
was 6 months.
Yeah.
And you haven't touched him yet?
We literally just did it. And I don't have to fucking
I call
lie.
bullshit.
I don't have to lie. Honestly, if I'm being real, I did have sex with him literally now, and now we're going to Italy next month for my birthday, and I think I might end up really being with this guy.
Wait, so the quickest you've hooked up with a guy was 6 months?
Yes. You guys, everybody can think I'm a liar. I don't give a damn.
So
I know me.
So you haven't done 5 months or 4 months, which 3, that's even a long time. Haven't done that.
No. Also, oral counts.
Is it what counts?
Oral counts.
Oral counts. Oh no, I don't even like giving head. I like receiving it.
Did he give you head before then? Did he give you head before then?
Yes, he did. So there's
how long in?
Okay, that's
6
sex.
months.
okay.
How
that was
long?
like 2 months in, 2-3 months
Total
in. So
bullshit.
Yeah.
no,
dude,
on
what?
God, I swear to God, I'm not even
So he
capping.
gave you head, and that was that. No, like
This is
nothing
this is
else.
so much cope.
I
so
swear
much
to
cope.
God, you guys are not even knowing. People that actually know me know that this is how I am.
Wait, hold on. And you're a sex worker.
This
though,
guy's
right?
taking you
what
to
I was
Italy.
gonna
And
say.
you
You're a
don't
sex
even-
worker, right? Like stripper. You
I used to strip. I don't
do
strip anymore.
You used to, but you do
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
When you were a
well,
stripper,
OnlyFans is like me, like
Wait, so
basically twerking.
your like moral compass is that's like you'll do like stripping and all that, but like one night stand, it's just totally off the table.
I think that is so different.
I mean, it's possible, but it's typically
Having one night stands, that's like totally different
Okay,
from
how
stripping.
about okay, fine. You hooked up with a guy on the third date and you dated him for 3 years. That's never really. You dated them for a couple months or a couple years. Really?
few weeks.
Every guy.
when you were a stripper, did you do
That's such
extras?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not a prostitute, so I don't. Nothing. I've,
See, at least you know that that's prostitution. So
honestly,
many-
you
so
guys
many
can
strippers who
believe
say
whatever
that
the hell
that's
you guys
not.
want to
It's
believe,
wild.
but I know what the hell I did. I shake ass, and that's the most I did. So, and that's what I do on my OnlyFans. If you guys want to subscribe, go ahead. Feel free to. You'll see a bunch of ass.
Wait, can I ask you a question? So, like, if you heard a stripper tell you, because you worked in how many clubs?
Like 8.
8 different clubs.
Yeah.
So, if like a stripper came up to you and she told you she was a virgin, would you believe her?
There's a possibility. There's those rare few. I mean, I started like.
Which way
stripping
would
at-
you lean, though?
Huh?
Which way would you lean?
Well, obviously, everybody's gonna be looking at her. You're a stripper. Everybody assumes that strippers are like what, whores, but that's not the case.
Well, so it is. Look, I'll even grant that it is possible a woman could, I suppose, jump a few steps ahead and become a stripper but still be a virgin. It could happen. Maybe it has. In fact, it probably has happened. But it's kind of like it's like, oh, somebody just jumps straight into like shooting heroin. It's like, well. Did
stripping? You're gonna compare stripping to shooting heroin?
No, I'm trying to say,
Kinda like
it's
the
like
leeway into it.
the
Yeah,
like
he's saying that there's
escalation.
a lead into it.
It's all how you look at stuff. It's all how you do stuff. So pretty much, yes, I was
True,
stripping.
but you agree with me that there's patterns for how people usually do stuff.
Yeah.
And one of those patterns is like if you're a hard drug addict, you usually started with softer drugs. If you're somebody who's
Like a
in
gateway
sex,
drug.
yeah. If you're somebody who's in sex work, you usually had kind of a graduated experience from promiscuity to this, right?
She was a
That's still,
Jehovah's
there's still,
Witness.
in other words, there's still patterns.
Unless they're doing it out of like necessity, like they're in a financial bind or something, they have no other choice. You know what I mean? Like maybe they became a stripper for that reason, and they don't like enjoy it per se.
Nope,
but,
that's
like,
not usually the pattern,
Never.
though,
I have
right? That
friends
would
that have
be
done it for that
so. I
reason.
think that would usually be the outlier to the pattern. I'm
Yeah.
not saying again that that's not
Yeah.
possible and doesn't happen. I'm sure it does. Brian would concede that does.
Do you think like every stripper does it because they enjoy it genuinely?
No.
if a girl
So
is stripping,
hang on.
there's-
Hang on. Let me respond real quick. So, to your question, nothing's a monolith. It's not saying all cases of all things always are X, right? That would be absurd.
Yeah.
You just can't ever make the human behavior's super complex, so you can't always make those determinations. But what I can say is that human beings are pattern recognition machines, and that is what we are, and that's how you can predict that you're in a safe area. That's how you can make, and you're almost always right about these things, right? Because you predict it based on patterns. The same thing occurs with stripping, sex work, drug addicts, addictive behavior, and you know this because you can make predictions based on these things.
Okay.
Right?
Making predictions, that's judging a book by its cover. Like usually what doctors usually do is making an educated guess.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And I thought
mean,
that you
that's
were just
no
talking
idea
about
what
Look, that's
is the backstory.
That's true, but there's all sorts of times where judging a book by its cover is just fine. Like, let me give you an example of that. A guy runs in with a rifle and a ski mask into a store. He might not be robbing the store, right? Is that not correct? He might not be robbing the store, right?
I mean, it's a bit different.
9 times out of that's
a girl that
Oh, wait a second.
But-
Why are you judging a book by its cover?
Because he's-
That's a. Wait a second. That's unbelievable that you would do
It's because
that.
he's trying to harm someone. A stripper's not trying to hurt
Wait,
anyone.
harm? Wait.
Yeah.
We haven't established she's trying to harm anyone. We haven't established
because that's like a fight or flight.
You're
If someone runs in
assuming,
with a
right? You're
gun.
assuming.
If someone runs in with a weapon, yes.
Okay,
then
here,
you
let me give you an
assume. That's
easier
fight or flight.
example. You're walking down the street at night, okay, and there's a group of men who are walking towards you, and you cross the street. Aren't you making a shitload of assumptions?
Again, that's a woman alone at night in the middle of the street. One's a woman in a strip club doing her
Making
job.
tons of assumptions.
Right, but one's like a matter of safety. Both of those were.
So what? Everything's a matter of safety.
A stripper?
Every predictive model you come up with is a matter of safety. What are you talking about?
How is that
You
for
actually
stripping,
willingly
though?
going to the strip club. So how is that a
Everything.
matter of
Okay, tell
safety?
me what you do that isn't a matter of safety. Honestly, when you make a predictive model based on how you judge people
If I
or
were a
judge your
stripper.
surroundings, yeah, that wouldn't be a safety issue.
How?
You wouldn't want like bouncers around, things like this.
But what? Okay, but back to the initial question, though. I don't understand. Like,
Back to the fact that we're pattern recognition machines. Because we're pattern recognition machines, we pick up patterns all the time, nonstop. We make all sorts of judgments on people all the time for our own personal safety.
that might be wrong, right?
Yeah, of course.
So assuming she went into sex work because she was already promiscuous.
Okay,
you know?
but I'm not saying that they couldn't be wrong, but I'm giving you examples of where you could be wrong when a guy runs in with a mask, or
those are
if a
matters of
guy,
safety.
if you hop into a car that's making loud banging noises, right?
Safety
You could be
again,
complete everything
But
safety.
not
What
a
isn't
stripper,
safety?
A stripper.
How is that not
Not a
safe?
stripper,
I don't
really.
understand how that's not safety
Because
related.
she wasn't promiscuous prior. She might not have been. She might have been going into it because of necessity.
Yeah, but your
That's not-
value. Okay,
nothing
wait,
pertain-
stop.
Help me
We're
understand
talking
how
past
that
each other.
pertains to safety.
You're making a value judgment, right? Why would you be making a value judgment on if someone's a sex worker or not? It's because you think, okay, wait a second, there might be a problem here. Might be an
Right.
issue here.
An issue? What do you mean an issue?
Yeah.
What's
Well, like, I don't know, if you were dating and someone says, oh, I'm a sex worker, now you're worried about what?
Using that sex
Hang
worker
on,
term is
let
crazy.
Me answer the question. Okay, now suddenly it's, oh, she might have STDs. Oh, she might have venereal disease. She might be very promiscuous, or all. Those all seem like they're very much safety related to me.
But
That's if you go to that point to end up trying to have sex with a stripper. What strippers are exotic dancers.
Yeah, but what I'm
I
talking
dance,
about
I
is
entertain.
value judgments, which are generally made.
saying how it could affect you is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Well, they're
that's
not-
how we make all value judgments.
They're not just dancers. I mean, you buy a dance, you go in the back room, they sit on your lap, and all of that. So
Yes, I think we're just
that's where your
talking
miscue
past each other.
But
So
I
maybe
think
we
it's the same.
can.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
I do. Like that it's like basically what's her past because of what she does, which I don't think is like always accurate, of course. But I do see what you're saying
Yeah.
about how like there's a risk associated because there's an image that
Right.
people
Right.
see.
And so because of this risk which is there, that's why value judgments are there, right? It's the same reason I think that women will cross the street if they're alone at night and there's, two men walking towards them, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Right? I think that they're making a value judgment even though it's probably wrong. In fact, it almost always will be wrong. Almost every single time. But I don't blame them for doing it. I don't blame them for making that value
Maybe the same
judgment.
thing with your judgment is wrong with possibly, I don't know how you judge exotic dancers, but maybe your judgment is wrong for that.
Yeah.
Do you think that exotic
but-
dancers are like
But even if I
forced?
conceded that was true, that really wouldn't negate my point, which is that we make these value judgments based on patterns that we see. So whether or not I judge them wrongly or not wrongly or whatever, that really wouldn't matter to the point of we're judging based on patterns that we see. So usually if we see a stripper, you would agree with me that in most cases, there was probably escalations which led to this. In most cases, it was not I'm 18 and I grew up on the farm and I just can't wait to get to the club. I can't wait, Dad. I can't. Come on, Fido. We're going to go take the cab to the strip club in the city. I can't wait. Like, that's not the normal story, right? The normal story is a single mom, abused in the home, all sorts of things like this, escalations which led up to promiscuity. These are the common stories which are heard and the common stories which people hear, not, I was a little house on the prairie and I just couldn't wait to go take off my clothes in front of a bunch of men in a club. That's not usually what you hear, right?
When you say exotic dancers, do you not think strippers are sex workers?
I
Because he
think
keeps, yeah.
it's different. Like the club that I used to work out a lot was Sam's, and like I didn't even take off my top.
Well,
like,
what's a sex worker?
I consider I guess I'm a dancer. I'm an exotic dancer. I'm an entertainer. I don't consider myself a sex worker.
Yeah, well, I know. But my question was, what is a sex worker?
A prostitute? I don't know.
When
That's
men
it?
go to a strip club, what do you think they're
Wait,
there
hang
for?
on, wait. What? Like, so like somebody who's doing corn, right? Okay, I have to use the word because we're on YouTube. Okay, so, but they have like no partner. It's just them.
Oh, well,
right?
that's a sex worker. I guess women that are doing porn.
Is that prostitution?
Well, they're getting paid for it, so to a certain extent.
So if you're getting paid for some type of provocative sexual act,
well, it's I can kind of compare it to like a burlesque show. Like if I'm just dancing with a sexy outfit.
Well, no, it's intent. So I mean, we have a distinction in intent. It's just like with art. You can say, oh, there could be some men who, if they go and they see a nude model, they get, they get very, riled about that. It's like, okay, but there's an intent distinction, right? So the intent distinction, if you're stripping at a club, is to make men's penises hard, right?
Well, that is.
I mean, let's just be blunt, right?
Yeah, that's usually the intent.
That's what it is. Hang on, and that's your intent. You're not going there because you just want to listen to the music, right? You're going there because your job is to make a dude's penis hard.
My job is to look good, get money, and shake some ass.
Yeah, and you do that by
dancing. And at Sam's is not actually you sitting on man's lap.
How much more like disingenuous can you possibly be? Your job as a stripper is to make men's penis hard. Yes or no?
Nobody says I have to be touching them.
Okay, yes or no?
It's not that easy.
So yes or no. Oh, it's as easy as saying no then. No, that's not your job.
No, but apparently if they're from afar and they're watching me and their dick gets hard, apparently then it is what the hell it is.
So all those men are coming in because they just can't wait to see your moves.
Hell yeah.
Is there any other lies you want to give me? Or
I'm not giving no damn lies.
Oh, okay, so you get hired at a strip club because men want to go in and watch you dance, or do they want to see your naked body? Or do they want to see as much flesh as they can?
Nude clubs. I don't work at nude clubs.
Even if you're not working at a nude club, if you're working just as like a bikini barista, do you think that men are going in to...
Obviously, they want to see good-looking women.
Right,
with,
they want to
nice
see
body.
as much flesh as they possibly can.
No one's going to Hooters for their chicken
So what
wings,
is their job?
Okay?
To look fucking good.
Yeah.
No, their job's to make the dude's penis hard.
You're getting ones
There's
thrown at you, right?
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, right. But can you just concede that it's true? You still can't concede that it's... I mean, it's so obviously true that the job of these women is to make these men riled up sexually. That's the job, right?
Okay, that's... Okay, yes.
Yes.
So
how's that not sex work?
I don't know. I don't consider it sex work.
But is sex work a bad? You know what I mean? I don't think we have to associate it as a bad
Saying
thing.
it's sex work, the way that it comes off, it just sounds like a little bit off-putting.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't like the label because you fit under it, right?
I don't fit under it.
You do fit under. If you were a stripper, you're a sex worker. You meet every criteria for it. Your job is to be sexually provocative, to get men sexually riled up. Your work was sex-related. That was the work. So if you hang on. So if your work, if your work is sex related, you are therefore a
entertainment.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
I think what she's trying to say is she
is there
doesn't
like
actually
is there professional coping in that type of entertainment? Anyway, what were you saying?
I think what her line is she's not actually performing the sex, so that doesn't make her a sex worker.
You can say that about porn stars.
Yeah, that's right.
They're not having sex.
She made the concession
but porn stars are
nope,
having
not
sex.
if they're doing solo. And you said that that's a prostitute. Prostitute, you said was a sex worker.
I just pressed you.
Correct.
Well,
hang on. Did you say that a corn star who's doing solo content on her own was a prostitute? And earlier Earlier the criteria for what a sex worker was, the criteria you said was a prostitute. Yes.
You aren't specific, like with saying like if it's by herself, but
yeah, I was literally 100% specific. She's doing it on her own. You said that's a prostitute. She's getting paid for it.
Well, no, because.
Now she's not. Now she's not.
There's okay. I guess if she's doing it by herself, then it's still a sex worker. Actually, because if you're showing pussy, can I say that?
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I get it. So hang on. So that would be a sex worker.
Yeah.
Okay. And what makes her a sex worker?
Showing her pussy.
That's it? It's just nudity?
And her, like, if she's doing, like...
So what if
playing
she
with
just
herself-
did foot corn?
Corn. Well, feet are actually, that's a normal part of the human body.
Yeah, I
so
know, but
it's-
people are masturbating to it and sending her tons of money.
It's whatever you decide what is sex to you. People are weird
Yeah,
in this world.
but would that be considered a sex worker if this woman is doing this purposely for the purpose of having
I think
men?
it's however you portray things. Like, I guess if you get to take pictures and people are using your feet as feet corn or whatever.
No. Again, we have trouble with the establishment of intent. I agree with you that some guy could be fapping to some billboard of some chick's feet somewhere, but that was not the intent of the billboard. Whereas there are women who specifically put their feet in certain positions so that men can fap to the feet, right? How's that not sex work?
I still don't. Well, let's agree to disagree because I don't.
Let's not agree to disagree. Let's get to agreement. Let's get to where
I don't think we are going to
agree.
get to agreement.
Yeah, but you're just being obstinate. It's like you're arguing for the sake of argumentation because you don't want to fit under the criteria of a sex worker for stripping. By the way, just so you know, do you think like people are super dumb and that they just think, well, you know, if I call her a stripper and she says that's not a sex worker and I agree with her for the sake of just being agreeable, that they don't actually still think sex worker? Because they still do.
Okay, they can think what they want to think.
Yeah, I know, but
overall-
why are they wrong?
I just have a real quick question. Why would you not want to be classified as a sex worker?
You're too far
Just
from
out
the
of-
mic.
Why would you not want to be classified as a sex worker, just out of curiosity?
I just never categorized myself as a sex worker. I've always said I was an entertainer.
When you think of like a sex worker, what like kind
Literally
of
what comes to my brain is like porn stars, prostitution, like actual like real life doing it.
Yeah, I totally understand those criteria and why you would have those criteria. I just don't understand what makes those things that and not what you were doing that. That's like where I'm having trouble reconciling this. And you just kind of say, well, because I just don't think of it that way. It's like, but now I'm making you think of it that way. Mm-hmm. Give me the what is the symmetry breaker? What is the thing that makes stripping not sex work, but these other things sex work?
Because literally a stripper can be like anything. I've literally got paid just to sit down and talk with a guy and literally be his
fully
therapist. Yeah, well, not fully, bikinis.
Well, no, of course not.
Bikinis.
So you being
But girls are in bikinis at the beach. It doesn't matter. Like,
But what's the purpose? What was the purpose? What was the intent?
Because men want to talk to beautiful women that have a nice body. That is what
For
that
them.
is what it is. That is what I look at.
What'd you
it
guys
as.
talk about?
His job, his relationship with his wife.
Sorry, let me cut in really quick. I've just been perusing your OnlyFans here. On your OnlyFans on August 16th, you published a video with the description that says, new secret BG, boy-girl tapes, for limited time only, boy-girl implying male-female.
no.
Mm-hmm.
So you've published to your OnlyFans a video of you having sex with a man.
No,
It says BG.
I know.
So what?
I have people run my OnlyFans for me. It's just my boyfriend grabbing my ass and us taking like provocative like pictures. We never fucked. Like,
You also sell a pussy box?
they make it sound more nastier than what it is. But if you guys want to subscribe so you guys can see what I post, go ahead. Feel free
It
to.
says the most explicit face-sitting pussy POVs.
you
Bro,
gotta
you're-
make it sound crazy.
You're a sex worker, bro.
You have to.
You're a sex worker.
Bro.
You're a sex worker, you're scamming
Bro,
people.
If you look at it, literally subscribe and you'll see. You'll literally see what I post.
Well, I'm just all my nudes, bare ass, tits and pussy. Bro, you're a sex
They
worker.
asked me, do you want to talk vulgar? Yeah, go ahead.
But
Say
just,
whatever you want
just
to
admit
say.
you're a sex worker. It's okay.
I
Just say you're a sex worker.
don't think
So you're scamming people on there?
Yeah. Fuck it down.
That's almost worse than being.
Yeah.
I think that's worse than being a set. Like just.
And I don't give a
owning
damn.
It. Okay, whatever.
I'm
You also do
a
dick
scammer.
rating. You do dick ratings.
They say
So-
that.
So you
like
look.
anybody with a micro penis, you're supposed to say like, oh, like it's small. Like I have somebody that runs my OnlyFans for me.
None of this is
crazy,
sex
bro.
work.
Just admit it's sex work.
It's sex
That's
work.
crazy.
There's nothing wrong with sex work. It's okay.
Yeah, just cops.
Well, there's I mean,
Well,
I
that's
think
like,
there's
okay,
lots of things
that's
wrong
a
with
little
it, but not to like parse words. It's definitely sex work. There's like, how do you get around that? I don't see how you get around that.
Also,
hang on. I want to. What did she say? Maybe.
Prerogative. And it's a little bit.
All right.
We had it, Brian.
So close.
No.
It also says full XXX tape on some other post. I'm not going to continue. I mean, it's all.
You can keep going.
Here, I'll read the super chats.
You guys can really keep going.
Oh, wait, how are you allowed to post this and be a teacher?
I'm sorry, I have to move.
Nobody knows about it. It's under another name.
Oh boy.
But you just.
Okay. Well, Mr. Unremarkable, girl, you are a Hoover. Mental gymnastics will not change that. What's a Hoover?
A vacuum, so it sucks.
Vacuum.
So it sucks.
It's a good one. Mr. Unremarkable. Damn, look at his pythons, by the way.
Mr.
He's
Bitch
fucking
ass.
jacked. Look at this guy, and he's got a gun too. At the range, boys. Realistic heart, a sex worker provides sexual services for money or goods, including roles like prostitution, escorting, stripping, and other forms of adult entertainment. That's a definite. He pulled that up from Merriam-Webster, by the way. That's a Merriam-Webster, I think.
Merriam-Webster.
Maybe I'm wrong. Realistic heart. Thank you, man,
dictionary.
thank you for that. Here, I do have to move on to some of the more notes. I think last thing with you in your notes here, you said that you think women should focus on themselves and men should pursue. Of course, women can still find ways to show interest, but don't think they should ever chase or specifically pursue a man.
Yeah, that's just what I feel like I've come to learn and realize is that I think women are best when they are just owning themselves, doing what lights them up, focusing on their hobbies. And I think they tend to attract the best people when they put themselves in those situations, people that are actually in alignment with the things that they are into. And I do think it's just natural for men to pursue women. You know, the sperm swims to the egg.
Yeah.
I think it's just natural biology.
The man's role.
Yeah, but I mean, I think obviously women can do things like if they see someone they're particularly
interested in. Is it the woman's role to be submissive and obey her boyfriend or husband?
I do think so, yeah.
You would obey your boyfriend or husband?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say he tells you to vote for a politician that... Well, I mean, I don't know if this is a great example just because I would assume you would probably...
He tells you how to vote.
He tells you how to vote.
He says, look, you're going to vote for Kamala, but you ain't. You're voting for Trump. And hang on, in this scenario, you really want to vote for the other person. Like, you think the other person's going to be better. And he says, no, you need to vote for who I say you need to vote for.
Yeah, I mean, I would want a partner where we are aligned on those
that's not submission.
things, but I mean,
that's the opposite of submission.
It's the opposite of submission if I have a partner that has the same beliefs as I do.
Well, who's in charge then? So the thing is like you say, okay.
Well, he could still be in
I want to
charge,
submit.
but
I want to submit to you if you agree with everything I think. That's not submission.
It's like Stepford wives. Why would you want a woman that's agreeing to everything that you say?
What's wrong with that?
Sign me up.
That's
But I mean,
terrible.
I guess to
Then you're
answer-
married to a robot.
Sign
You want a woman that has an opinion?
Why are they
Sign me
robotic?
up.
She just said she wanted a man
But-
who agreed with everything.
I did not
that
ever-
agreed with her. What do you mean?
Not
So she
every
wants a
man
robot.
with everything.
She wants a robot.
I just
Is it-
want
is a
somebody that
robot.
has like core values that are in alignment. But I mean, to answer the question, like, yeah, if it was really important to him, I would.
Okay. Really quick here, Austin, can we do Twitch? Guys, go to twitch.tv/whatever. Drop us a follow and a Prime sub. Guys, there's, let's see here. It's been 21 minutes since we last had a Prime. It's probably bugged. Boys, can somebody drop a Prime in the chat if you have one available? If you're watching on YouTube, drop us a follow.
It's very important.
Very
Twitch has been
important.
having all sorts of issues with the Prime sub system.
Massive
If
issues.
you drop a few Prime subs, we'll know that. Yeah, there we go. We'll know that that's getting sorted out.
Yeah, so that's twitch.tv/whatever. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. So women should focus on themselves. Men should pursue.
On their hobbies.
Of course, women can still find ways. I had something on manifestation on this, but I seem to have forgotten what my point was going to be. Wait, can't just curious though, like, so couldn't when it comes to the manifestation thing, and we won't linger on it for too long.
Yeah.
Can you manifest a partner?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So like you said men should pursue though. So if I'm a man, I want to manifest a woman into my life without the need to pursue her.
Yeah.
Would I be able to manifest a woman like you who demands?
I think if you, like, as a man, if you wanted to manifest a woman that was more assertive and would pursue you or court you, that could be like sort of like what you write down on your list, so to speak.
No, but
and
let's
that's
say
like
I
what
wanted
you're looking for.
to manifest you, but you want the man to pursue you. But I want to manifest a woman who will pursue me. But I want to manifest you.
We don't do manifesting specific people. I don't believe in that.
You can't do specific people?
No.
Oh, okay. So
but like it's more just like a general list
Actually,
of like qualities that you want.
This brings up a really actually good logical problem that Brian just brought up. So let's say Brian's a part of a school, right? And the manifesting school is that you need to manifest women, right, for yourself who are like really assertive and will pursue men. And then you have a manifesting school that says women should be focusing on manifesting only their own desires, because then they'll get men, right, who really desire them, right? And look, let's say half of the country went to your guy. Wouldn't you guys be giving them conflicting ways to manifest the things you wanted?
Well, I think I don't think so. Like, because. Well, so I'm just thinking about this in my perspective, and maybe I'm misunderstanding the question, but like our process, like it would still kind of work the same, but you're just manifesting different things. Like these people all want to manifest someone who's...
No, I agree with that.
Okay.
So I agree that both of you want to manifest different things. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is the teaching of the manifestation, you say. I think that just like the sperm goes to the egg,
yes,
right, that men need to be the pursuers of women, okay, which means women need to be focusing on whatever their fucking self-actualization is, you know, hobbies, whatever hoodoo that is, right? They need to focus on that, and then the men are going to come pursuing. Then Brian over here, he has a manifestation school where he teaches the opposite. He says, you all want women to pursue you, so you need to be manifesting that by not pursuing them. And all of the women went to your school and all the men went to his school. Wouldn't you guys basically be counter-manifesting shit?
Yeah, I think that would cause problems for sure.
Yeah.
Like if all men went to his school and all women
So why
went
couldn't
to
you just
mine?
manifest? I don't get it. Like, couldn't you just manifest past each other?
Yeah, that's actually fascinating, and I would love to see how that plays out just with human psychology
really
and the
weird.
mind. But yeah, no, it's a good point. Like if men refuse to pursue women, and if women refuse to pursue men because they're following these
conflicting manifestation,
it's the end of the species.
Yeah, it's done.
It's over.
Yeah, you just manifested the end of the planet.
Yeah, I think it is kind of happening now, and I think that is actually
modern dating right now.
It kind of is a little bit. Yeah, I would agree that that's a part of the problem.
Men are attached to corn quite a bit, so they're separated from women. Women are pursuing just totally different idols, which is Prada bags or whatever.
I don't think me or Brian would dispute that there's significant issues in modernity with dating.
It is happening.
This particular hypothetical was just based specifically around the idea of different schools of thought around manifestation, and if one went to you for manifesting, so instantly this kind of puts a hole in the manifestation argument, right? Like instantly it puts a hole in it because we can't manifest past each other.
Can I manifest a woman with like specific traits, you know?
Like 3 boobs?
No, not like something that.
Who doesn't say so?
So
Can I manifest could I manifest like, because I personally like I only date women with like Guinness World Record like large labia. Like that's all I date. I will not,
Good for you.
Only outies, right?
You know
but
what
can
you
I
like.
manifest it?
So, I mean, people have manifested physical traits, but we usually recommend people don't do that and like go more based on like their authenticity. So we'd be like, Brian, why do you love women with big labias? Like, what is that really doing? What is that really doing for you? Like, you know, and like trying to kind of get more to the root of why
Wait,
you like
you
these
object
physical...
to my big labia thing?
But like I think
you
we
don't
just
like it?
we just want to know like why what is it for you? Like why couldn't you love a woman that has a normal labia?
But doesn't that
and has other traits that maybe are more beneficial to the relationship?
But doesn't that presuppose that all of a person's preferences come from some type of event trauma or some other thing, doesn't that presuppose that that's true?
Presupposes.
And, like when we're talking about genetics, for instance, some people just have dispositions to things, even though they have no events which correlate to it. Right?
I'm dispossessed to
You could be. You could just genetically like large ladies.
It's in my genetics.
It's in my genetics to like alcohol.
I think it's proven that your kinks are hereditary.
They can be.
What the? Don't talk about my.
Well, hang on. They can be,
like
but
that.
they also may
keep
not.
my parents.
That's how you got here.
Keep my relatives out of this conversation. Okay. I am the first generation labia lover. Okay. Get the
What is you?
How do you know your father? I was just going to say your dad.
Your mom got some big ass labia.
I found a conflict though. So
Have you ever asked your dad?
Why can't you manifest a specific person, but you can manifest a specific bike, like back to the old
Or
argument?
trait. The trait's even better.
I think you can totally list the traits. Like you could have big labia on your list.
It is on my list.
But if you, that's great. I mean, honestly, I hope that you do find someone with that. But I mean, like we're just saying that if you are dating and you find another woman who is meeting like all of the important aspects of the more like emotional pieces of the relationship, and she's going to be truly a great wife and like checks all of the boxes but has a normal size labia, like would you dump her?
Probably. She's got to go.
Like we would probably suggest not doing
I could
that.
ask you this. I could ask this to any woman. Great guy, handsome, treats you well, successful, meets all your thing, but he has a micro penis. Y'all gonna pass, bro. Y'all will pass on the micro penis.
I agree.
Y'all will give a guy. Oh, he's got a micro penis, but he's fantastic. You're not gonna do it. Sorry. Maybe some of you might.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to see.
Would you pass on the micro penis?
I would have, like, if he literally checked every single box
but so
and
he
then
has
had
to make up for his deficiency. So he's got to be extra cool. He's got to be extra cool. Like if he had a normal
I'm
penis.
looking for specific things, you know. So I mean, if he hits all of my specific things and then happens to have a micro penis,
that's what he's doing, though. That's the whole point.
I exactly. I'm saying like I wouldn't dump him because of that. Like if he's
it wouldn't be a deal breaker.
I don't think it would be if he's like really doing everything else.
Okay,
and, like,
he just couldn't have sex.
We can still have sex.
No, he just couldn't.
I mean, well, I want to have kids, so I do.
So it's a deal breaker.
That would be a deal breaker.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, even the micro penis and.
If you wait for sex, though, this is a question.
What if you could have children by taking sperm from his body and implanting it into you, but he could never have sex with you ever?
I mean, yeah, that would be
a deal breaker.
Would be hard. Yeah, that would probably be a deal breaker. Yeah.
If you wait for sex and then you find that out, like, would you say 3 months? You said something.
I didn't say a specific time period. I just think that women, like, if you're looking for marriage, if you're not ready to be married or looking for a long-term partner, then I think like you do you. But if you're like actually trying to find someone to spend the rest of your life with, I think that you should get to know them and like seek.
You said you do you. How long were you doing you?
On your journey for self-discovery?
Until I was like 19, and then I met my boyfriend of 6 years, and then I had about a year off where I did move to LA, but then I met my other long-term boyfriend.
You did you again?
I mean, I was doing beam, but not like sexually. I was just living my best life. But, like I was going on dates, but I wasn't having.
Okay. Hang on. I just want to let you know that never before have I been on this podcast and heard all the buzzwords. I never heard living my best life, self-discovery, journey.
I'm just checking all the boxes.
You got all of them, and then on top of it, you mixed in a bit of witchcraft, astrology, self-actualization,
I'm not
manifestation.
Witchcraft. I just want to say that though.
It's all witchcraft, but all of it, literally all of it, you put all of it in a single package. It's like,
hello.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You should be the picture of modern woman. It's wild.
I mean,
crazy.
She walked in with
I'm not
Starbucks.